world, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is Carmene from the Tapping Tree, and I thought I'd take some time to record this video, and I said that I've been saying that I was going to record videos based around all the issues that have come up for me from when I was younger, and I was abducted and raped and taken to be sold in a prostitution ring in Mexico, which is basically human trafficking. And I've been working on this since I was 18, and not until I found FasterEFT a year ago did I truly start discovering, after so many modalities and doctors and medications, therapies, depression, pain, aches, relationships, rapes, sexual abuse, self-abuse, weight gain, etc. When I found FasterEFT a year ago, I knew instantly when I saw Robert's videos on www.youtube.com Healing Magic. He had over 600 and something videos. In the time from when I found that, which was October 2012 till now, March 2014, he has 800 videos plus, so it's constantly growing. And I found something that resonated with me regarding the rape, and I was able to shift a memory in less than 30 minutes. And I thought that was the most amazing and most empowering thing that I've ever done to heal myself. And I thought, if I can take down a body memory, how intensely could this impact the healing that I've been looking for so many years? And so I reached out to him, originally looking for a full-time job or a part-time job that I could do and still help my family or be available for my children. And I went to an interview with him, and he said, "You've got stuff going on." I mean, he instantly knew when I was telling him my story that it was just a story, and he invited me to his level 3 practitioner class to tell my story, to have level 3 FasterEFT practitioners be witness to this change. And I went, and it was the most amazing 2 hours of my life. And Robert was able to take away a body memory that I had that involved being pinned down during the rape and passing out, because it had been the first time that I had had full penetration, intercourse, sexual relations. I'd fooled around when I was in my teens, but this was the full deal. And I remember passing out and feeling a lot of pain and intense shivering in my chest and my neck. And after the 2-hour session, I was relieved, and we reviewed so many memories. And it wasn't just based around the abduction and the rape. It was related to when I was 13 and had a urethral dilation. And perhaps some adult or some caregiver in my life explained the details of what was happening or what was going on at that time. But I don't remember any of it, other than I was pinned down by a nurse because I was having an anaphylactic reaction to one of the medications they gave me, and his hand was on my chest and I couldn't breathe, and I thought I was going to die as I watched my mom out of the corner of my eye. And when she finally realized what I was doing, because I started pounding on the hospital bed, she ran to my side and quickly moved this guy away. But not much after that incident in the hospital, the doctor said, we need to have emergency surgery for urethral dilation or what have you, because she's in a lot of pain and she's not fully emptying her bladder. And so said, you're going to have this procedure and it'll go quickly and no big deal. And I know my mother was just trying to soothe me, and it was a scary thing for her to have your child have to go through this surgery. And I was 13. I had no idea what was going to happen or what would come of it. I just knew that they told me that I had to take off all my clothes and I had to put on a robe and lay in a hospital bed. And they gave me some medication and they wheeled me away from my mom. And I think my dad was there at the time, or he showed up a little later. But I remember being wheeled and then being put in the hospital, in the surgery room. And I remember distinctly the faces and the behind the masks and the coldness of the room and the fact that I was lying there practically naked, and the coldness of it all, and feeling frozen in time, feeling frozen in my body. And they said this medication is going to make you feel loopy, and the anesthesia and all that kind of stuff. Well, the anesthesia didn't kick in fast enough. And so I was frozen in my body, laying on a hospital bed at 13, having my legs ripped open and put into stirrups. And as they put them into stirrups, I remember feeling the doctor come closer in between my legs, and then I felt the speculum. And when they put the speculum in to separate the urethra, or I'm not sure what they were doing, but they put something in, and I just remember the pain of the frozen metal, that feeling of ripping my insides completely open. And I can honestly talk about this now, and I could tap, but I don't have the same reaction that I used to. I didn't even realize that it was a cold sensation. It was a freezing sensation, and hard and metal inside my urethra, and they were ripping it apart. And I remember that intense feeling and then passing out. And I don't know if I passed out from the pain or if I passed out from the anesthesia finally kicking in. But after that, I felt so violated and confused, and I was in so much pain. And I didn't understand why that had to happen or what the point of it was. And having been born in a Catholic Latin family, sex and talking about body parts and all that kind of stuff was a big taboo, if you will. So I never asked, and I just dealt with it, and I put up with it. But I remember that shooting pain, and I'm not telling you the truth, because I don't remember the shooting pain now. I just know that I've said that there was shooting pain, and that I remembered that before I started tapping on this. And so now it doesn't even exist in my mind, but it exists as a word, because I know what the word shooting means. So it's not really even a part of who I am anymore. But I know that it's happened to so many people, and I tried to figure out, like, how does that correlate now with what I'm dealing with in my life and the intimacy that I have with my husband. And the reality is that every time that I have anything in that area or that region, that it becomes extremely painful, and I get that shooting pain, but the pain's not shooting anymore, if you will. So it really has shifted, and I'm sitting here in awe thinking, oh my God, I worked through that, and I didn't even know that I was directly tapping on that. I was tapping on other stuff, and it's gone now. So the point of me making this video was I had looked up the song Frozen from the cartoon that's out, and I found one by Alex Boyd that's an Africanized tribal cover featuring One Voice children. And I have a dear, sweet, loving friend, Ella Lair, who's also a FasterEFT practitioner, an amazing practitioner at that. She's pushing my buttons and helping me heal with so many things related to the human trafficking and sexual intimacy and all that. And so we had done some work together, and that was a song that reminded me of something she had said for herself, or about herself, feeling frozen in time. And as a practitioner, I know that people come into our lives because that's what we need at that moment. And in all actuality, even though I sent that video to her, and I'll put it in the link below, but even though I sent her this video, I was really sending it to myself, and I had heard it, and I read the lyrics when I sent it, and I thought, this is so powerful, this is all about her. And I hadn't really taken time to listen to it, to hear it. And this morning, after having a wonderful evening with my husband and being intimate and feeling like I could truly say what I needed to say and free myself of all the burdens that I'd held on to, of all the sexual issues that I've had, of all the experiences that I've had that have made me feel tainted or used or damaged goods. After all that, last night, and feeling so connected with him and in bliss with, just being close to him, and being able to share something so intimate about myself with him, a partner that I've had in my life for 6 years and still had not been able to truly be intimate with him because I was still attaching meaning to my words. So I was waiting for a client to come online this morning, and we're running a little late. So I decided to listen to the music again because I wanted to hear something. And the minute I started listening to Let It Go, Frozen, the tears just started. And it made me realize that I've been frozen for so many years, and it's time to let it go. It's time to let go of my ice castles. It's time to defrost. It's time to come out of my shell. And many of you who know me know that don't tend to be shy, and I don't hold back, that I'm just all over the place and usually smiling and lovey-dovey and all that kind of stuff. And while that's the true me, it was also the facade of what was frozen inside me. And so if you've had the opportunity to experience me in person and you thought anything positive about your experience with me, and I hope you did because it comes from my heart, I truly do love being around all of you, and I look forward to meeting so many of you that I haven't met. But just the intensity, it's like taking up the volume and turning it up just 100 times with Bose speakers, surround sound, and now you get to experience me at my full capacity. And I know that every day it's more and more. And with Faster EFT and being able to tap and letting go of all these fears and letting go of that frozen, I'm able to truly give of myself 100% because I'm giving to myself, because I'm being there for me, and I hadn't done that before. And so I'm stepping up and I'm stepping out, and I'm inviting you to do the same. I love you all. Remember, you don't have to be frozen. You can let it go too. This is Carmene from the Tapping Tree. Talk to you soon.